Hello fellow hunters, it is SamthePlayer and welcome back to Monster Hunter World. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a very important aspect of any insect glaive, which is this beautiful little critter on my shoulder. The Kinsect, the Buge, the Bug Bomb, whatever you want to call it. Well, that last one was probably just me. This particular Kinsect right here, I'll go out on a limb and say this is going to be the best Kinsect, period, if you want to do like massive damage. Like maybe in solo hunts, even in group hunts, you can bring different things, right? You can bring kind of poison dust, you can bring paralysis dust, you can bring heal dust, which is also very good if you want to be a supportive member of your team. But if you want to go for that ham DPS, I feel this is going to be your best bug option. Why, you ask? Well, let's check out its stats. You can see this is the Pseudocath 3. This is the Sever type. You can also make a Blunt type of this, but I prefer Severing. It's just me. But you can see it does affect this Blast. Blast, for any of you who are new to Monster Hunter and do not know, is a status ailment kind of thing, an element you can put on a monster. Like any other status ailment, like poison or paralysis, there is a threshold you have to break. When your Kinsect attacks the monster and releases a dust particle, and you strike the dust particle, Blast isn't going to go off immediately. You have to hit it a couple of times for Blast to go off. What does Blast do? Deal 120 flat damage. Think about that. Every so often, just throw your bug out there, which is already free damage, and every so often when you hit those dust particles near your monster, it will explode for another 120 damage. It is great. Now, why exactly would you want to go to Pseudocath 3? Well, I'll show you. You see that little speed level 15 right there? That is what you want. This is why the Speed Kinsect has always been the top dog in Monster Hunter ever since the Insect Glaive was released. There are some people that swore by Balance Bug because of the effects extender up, triple up. No. Speed Bug is where it is at, and I'll show you why. So this here is the Maldrone 2. You can see that, yes, it's level 2, but still, this is pretty much your base Kinsect. This is what you're going to start out with, basically. And you can tell when you throw it out, you want to get that red in the middle of the hunt. You can tell it takes it a little bit to get over here, and if the monster moves around a lot, it could be that, you know, you might miss. The monster might dodge it. You see how slow it is to come back here? I'm going to throw it all the way across the room, and I'm going to call it back. It's going to take a little bit. I want to get the white from that big barrel over there. Let's go. You see how long that took? In the heat of a combat, that might be a little bit slow there. A lot of the Kinsects in this game are a little bit on the slow side, but once you get to this particular bug right here, the Pseudocath 3, let me show you how the change in this. All right, I'm gonna pull out my sword, my glaive. Excuse me, didn't mean to destroy that beautiful torch right there. Now I want that red buff. Let's see how long it takes. See that? You see that? You see how good that is? I want that white buff over there. So good. That is so beautiful. And Blast on top of that. Let's go straight to that. Let's pull his weapon out. Let's mark the target. In case you don't know, again for newcomers, in case you do not know how this works, this is actually a completely new mechanic to World. This is exclusively to World with the Insect Glaive or the Insect Glaive. When you mark a target, either by shooting at it with aim with L2 and then fire with R2, you mark a target, your Kinsect will go out and will periodically attack the monster and leave behind dust particles. You can also mark something by hitting R2. This is a melee strike, and you can see my Kinsect will go at that. See? It's going to take a little bit, but it's going to do it. I actually want to... whatever. Let's go here. You see what I just did there? I shot through that and made it explode. This is what you got to do. Whenever the dust particles appear like that, are fluttering all over the place, you want to hit them. They will disappear after some time, but they will stick around for quite some time. And I'm not sure if there's actually a maximum amount of particles you can have on the screen at a time. But basically what you want to do is lure a monster into a cluster of these, or hit them as they appear on the monster if you're fast enough to do that. Let me quickly get orange here. There you go. And once that happens, let me just put them... Oh, you see that? So that was 3. I exploded 3. That's why you saw 3 10 numbers pop up, right? So let's see how many it will take for the actual blast effect to occur. You can also see underneath my 3 buffs, there is a small little yellow bar gauge, which is the Kinsect's stamina. When that runs out, it will automatically come back to you and stop attacking, and you'll have to wait for it to recharge before your Kinsect will do anything. And it should be coming back to me any second now. Oh, it already is. Whoa, I didn't actually see that. It's so fast, I didn't even see it. Now let's fire at that. I am now currently wondering and worried about the fact that perhaps that tree stump does not have a threshold for blast. that could be a problem with the whole presentation and demonstration aspect of this. Yeah, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out on hunts, and I'll show you how the blast works for any of you who do not know. Because there's two parts for it. First of all, I wanted to show you the ultimate Kinsect, and then I wanted to also do a hunt with you guys using that Kinsect. And I want to finish up this particular glaive. This is the Kuliaku glaive, and I only have to go one more step beyond to get the best version of this blade. Unfortunately, it does not actually... I keep calling the Insect Glaive blade because that's how it starts. It's called a metal blade. That kind of confused me for a while, but whatever. They're glaives. Don't get confused. They're glaives. They're staffs. Bows, or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to go through all these loading screens, and I'll see you guys again when we get to the next point. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm going to be showing you the path to take to get to this beautiful little bug here. So if you don't want to see the whole Kinsect tree revealed, although that's not really that big of a deal, then, you know, skip this part. However, to get to the Kinsect upgrading tree, you want to go here and manage your Kinsects and nurture a Kinsect. You can, you know, change the Kinsect elements right here. You can purchase a new Kinsect because, you know, there's multiple end-game Kinsects you can make, so you're going to have more than one for sure if you want to make all of them. And you want to nurture a Kinsect. This is full path, so I cannot upgrade it any further. But let's go with the, I can't make it right now because that would require a bunch of materials, but I'm just going to show it to you. This is the one that I made. So you would start right here at the Cauldron, continue up here to Cauldron 3, and then go down here to the Windchopper lineage. This here is focused on speed. If you have played For You or Generation or whatever, you will recognize this as the speed Kinsect from previous games. There's the Grand Carve, just like in previous games. This particular lineup gives you a healing dust effect, so if you want to be a supportive member of your team, or just think maybe you'll have a better time healing yourself rather than being super aggressive, then this is the Kinsect you want to go for. Other than that, you want to go down here to the Blast path. You can see down here the required materials that you'll need, and then you have Pseudocath 3. Once again, in my opinion, the best Kinsect in the game. You can also go down here to the Maldrum lineage, which the only difference between the two bug types is one of them is for severing, if you want to cut tails and other parts, or for blunt, if you want to knock the monster over and maybe KO it even. I've done that once before on my own. I've been able to KO a monster entirely with just throwing my Kinsect at it. You can see here, just like with the other one, these are the exact same bugs, they just look different and are blunt. So you have a poison tree, you have a blast tree with power, you have a paralysis tree, you have a blast tree with heal, you have a heal tree, and you have a blast tree focusing on speed. Now, again, you might be wondering, so there's multiple blast trees, why is this one so important? As I've stated before, the speed is what matters the most. You want your Kinsect to be flying across the screen as fast as humanly possible in order to get you those buffs, come back to you, and then smoothly continue to hunt. If you have a slow Kinsect that takes a long time to get back to you, you know, that's just not fun. You're just gonna sit there for a long time trying to either miss the monster or not get your buffs properly. Like, a lot of course, you can always try other bugs. You can make all of them. You can literally make all of them, and I would actually encourage you to do that. I will be doing that. I will be playing this game for months, maybe years to come, and I'll be making every single Kinsect in the game. You can make a power type if you wish. For example, this one is pretty good. Carnage Beetle is a poison dust effect, yes, but it's still a very good, it has beetle, it has power, and it has speed. That's great. If you want to have a more damaging Kinsect, power is the way to go. But I personally prefer to rely on its speed and my own weapon to do the damage. So that's what I'm going with. So this is why I have the Pseudocath 3. Now that may have been a lot of confusing nonsense. If that is the case, I apologize. I'm not very good at explaining things or being a guiding individual. But alas, enough of that. It is time for us to go on a hunt with this Insect Glaive right here and finish it and bring it to its ultimate conclusion. Where you at? There you are, Hunter. Akula Yaku. Yeah, let's go with this. I have one more left. Cleaning up my investigations, as it were. If you don't know what investigations are, I did explain them in my last video, so you should check that one out. There, I also went on an investigation, on 2 actually, to fight the Tobi Kadachi, which is a new monster, and a high-rank Raffles. This is all high-rank, by the way. This is endgame stuff, so it's not really that much of a spoiler because the monsters I've been showing in the past 2 videos so far are early game monsters, but in a high-rank environment, is how I would put it. I want to be quickly, fixing my item set here, and then I'll be ready to go whenever the quest is done loading. Once again, that is my one big gripe with the game right now, the load times. I'm actually very upset with the fact that for newcomers, this may be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? But for veterans, I am very upset about the fact that the gathering hall, the hunting hub, where all the hunters come together, practically useless in this iteration of the game, due to the fact that the loading screen going from Astera to the hunting hub and back is way too long. Oh god, I got dropped off somewhere. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna want to fix that because I need to eat. I usually only eat in the hunt in this game because, again, I don't want to go all the way up to the canteen and then just. Actually, it's not the worst since you still have to wait for the quest to load. So whatever, you know. Look at me moaning, you know, bitching and moaning when everything's fine. Ooh, look at all the things I got. Usually, I go for the meat platter for all that attack up large you can get from that, but I like the chef's platter also because it gives you full health and stamina every single time. So sometimes I just like mixing that up. I'm going to be going for a little bit of a mining tour here just because you never know when you might need some leftover materials. So let's mine them. Yes, good. Also, I know for a fact there's going to be a god bug right around the corner, and god bugs are quite important. Do not ever forget about getting your bugs. Oh, I also have field research. Well, would you look at that? Because every item in the game is great. The mining stuff, the mining notes, and the bones are always great for you to make armor and weapons. But also, the herbs are important for you gunners out there, which I want to dive into eventually. And also the plants. Yeah, the plants are for the gunners. What was I going to say? I actually just forgot. The bugs. Yes, right, the bugs. See, I was a little bit scatterbrained here. The bugs are very important because they, together with a lot of the plants, make for medicine. They make you the medicine. That's very, very important. The god bug especially allows you to create herbal powder, which will, like, life powder kind of stuff, which will allow you to heal your teammates. So if you're online and you feel like, oh, this individual over there is having it rough and they're about to die and it could ruin the whole hunt, just throw a life powder out there and they're going to be safe. The life powder, by the way, is this beautiful thing right there. You can only carry 3 with you, which I swear to God, I think you could bring more back in the day, but maybe I'm just messing that up. No, I think 3 seems correct. Never mind. Ignore that last statement. And also, very good, very important, are these demon powder and the hardshell powder. These will give the whole crew like defense up and attack up. Always, always good to bring that. It does require some mid to late game materials, as well as you should probably have your farm fully upgraded in order to be able to get everything at the same time and not have to make the hard decisions of what is left behind. I see you over there. You're trying to get some eggs, don't you? See, the Coolio is an herbivore. He's not actually like a monster like all the other ones. This guy just wants eggs. Particularly, he wants to steal these dudes' eggs. And they're getting mad at me for trying to save their eggs. Like, I don't understand. Look how... Well, let's try this. Let's get... I'm going all the way over here. Look how fast this... Boom. Look how fast that is. And now let's use our blast on this. It's gonna be hard. Oh, what are you... What are you doing? What is happening? Please. Did it actually hit him? Oh, boy. And now he's leaving. Jesus. No, okay. I broke his egg, apparently. He already had an egg? Where did that happen? Yamada-san, where are you going? Oh, shoot. The completely wrong way. I don't think he... Okay, I think you can only get orange buff from this guy when he has a rock up. Also, once again, I don't know for all newcomers. I don't know how new you might be to Insect Glaive, but I've seen a lot of strange misinformation being spread. Oh god, the Paratoad. MVP of this round. I've seen a bunch of weird misinformation being spread across the internet when it comes to the Insect Glaive. Some people saying that you don't need to ever use your bug, or not knowing how to use your buffs appropriately, and somebody saying that you only need the red buff and you're fine. That is not quite true. The red buff makes your attacks go faster. The orange buff is generally for defense. I'm actually not 100% sure what it does specifically in this game. In previous games, it would give you a defense and earplugs. It no longer gives you the earplugs, I think. But basically, the orange one is for defense. The red one is to make attacking actually possible, because you don't ever want to fight without the red extract. That's terrible. It is terrible. Don't ever do that. And the white one, the white buff, is a catalyst, which will allow you to improve your stats. For example, red and white will give you a 15 to 20% damage increase. I'm not quite sure which one it is because, again, I don't think I don't think we have the numbers quite yet. We still need our team of Monster Hunter scientists within the community going through everything to find out what the correct numbers are. But basically, you always want to have red and white both on you at all times in order to do massive damage. Orange is good, yeah, right? Having a triple up, as it is referred to, is good, but sometimes it is a hard thing to do. Sometimes you just want to get red and white and go for it and start hammering away. Basically, red and white, I would say, are the upkeep costs of the glaive, and orange is just kind of a nice little extra on top if you can afford getting it at the time. So always look at it kind of like that. If you don't have red and white up, you're doing something wrong. Don't ever fight without red and white up. Also, I've just done a terrible job at that because I was way too busy trying to explain things. As I said before, I'm really terrible at explaining stuff, so therefore I've had a little bit of an issue here and can't focus. But the whole point of me showing this off was showing you the blast effect, which means I need to actually fight the freaking monster with the blasts. Attach that to Kuleyaku, and then start smacking away at those dust particles showing up in the air. Actually, will I get both the Barroth and the Kuleyaku with it? That'd be cool. Ugh, I can't. Barroth, get out of the way. Nobody wants to fight you. What am I least interested? Oh, see that? Did you see that 120? It actually looked like 1,200, but that was just another 10 hiding behind it. Whenever you see 120, that is a blast element taking effect and doing extra damage to the monster. Always look out for that. Oh, that was actually kind of worthless, considering that. See that 120 right there, right there. That right there was the blast elements taking effect on Barroth. Very, very important. Always use your Kinsect on the monster and spread those dust particles. Or dust clouds. I guess clouds makes more sense, but I've always been calling them particles. I don't know why. I'm weird like that. I should probably... You know what, I'm gonna sharpen one weapon. And I'm gonna be putting on the Bandit Mantle to get myself some more money. Gotta farm. Boom. Once again, I've explained this in my last video as well, but the Bandit Mantle is just an extra item they added to the game that allows you to quickly and easily farm money. Zenny, research points you have to still earn by gathering, like, materials and, Jesus, Barroth, what are you doing? Nobody loves me. Basically, it's just jealous about all the attention that Kuleyaku's getting. So it's like, I'm gonna be ruining this freaking party. Nobody invited me? Yeah, because you're stupid. I really don't like the Barroth. It's like, it's just like one of my least favorite monsters in the series. I don't think it looks very fun. It's not, none of its armor really appeals to me, none of its weapons. It's just not my favorite. I know there's some people that like it. Hey, that's just cool for you, but I personally, it's not my favorite. I'm getting these materials, so I don't forget them. Sell them for lots of money. You can also see what I really find interesting is the way that the bug will do like this little... Let me put it away. Ah, come on, Barroth. You're always ruining everything. Yeah, it only works when you unsheath the weapon. You see that little, like, back flip? Like, back hop or reverse flip? I don't know what to call it. That the bug does when it flies out from you. That is really fun. I don't know why it does that. That was not in previous games. I just find that is very cute, and I enjoy that a lot. Cute little animation. Nitro Shroom. Nice. Hey, get back here. This dude thinks he's getting away, but he's not. He's incorrect. I will break it. I will break you. This is actually probably the cutest monster in this game. Some people like it, Polymoon, a lot, but I don't like its face. I think when it's like all puffed up and stuff, it's cute, but its face is kind of gross. So I like this guy. Plus, the Japanese commercial in this game absolutely sold me on this dude, which is, by the way, why I refer to this sometimes as Yamada-san. If you haven't watched the commercials, then forget about that. Like, that won't make any sense to you. But if you haven't, I urge you to look up and watch the Japanese Monster Hunter TV commercials. Beautiful, beautiful things. I'm gonna be picking up these Stop giving me pods. I want the materials. Something that has been bugging me for the past few days is the fact that the pod ammo, the slinger ammo, always takes priority over every other thing you can possibly pick up or gather. Therefore, if you want to like mine something or pick up a shroom or something, do yourself a favor and throw the pods as far away as possible, or just empty your slinger because it can get very annoying trying to pick something up. It happens way too frequently, in my opinion. Well, whatever. Move that. Ran out of steam. Gotta recharge it. Ooh. You know what? Once again, I'm going to be ruining the fun here because I'm going to be trapped in this thing. Now, I know that it's totally freaking tempting to just kill it over and over and over again. And just feel the weight of your weapon just smash into its body and let it break. And you're like, oh yeah, I've killed you. I have conquered you and all that. But trapping it will always give you better rewards. Like, basically, at any point in time, like, at no point in the game is trapping it not better than killing it. Except if, I'm not actually sure if that is still the case in this game, right? Could be. Could totally be. I could be wrong here. But in previous games, there were certain rewards you could only get by carving a monster. You could only get them by directly killing the monster and carving it. I'm not sure if this is still the case in this game, but if it is, in those fringe cases, it is better to just kill the monster and carve it, obviously. But besides those very niche situations, trapping it is always better. Got a lot of nice stuff. I think that is everything I need to upgrade my weapon. I'll check it after this. Bird Wyvern Gem, sweet. That's like my 4th one, I think. Yeah, nice. Did good. By the way, I should probably have started with that, but I'm in no way the best Insect Glaive user the world has ever seen. But it's my favorite weapon, and I've been maining it since 4U, so I love it. I love this weapon to death. And now that I have found this best ultimate bug, in my opinion, the ultimate Kinsect, I think it's great. I honestly think this is going to be great. Up until now, I've been kind of like, it felt sluggish because I ran out of buffs and then it took me a while to get them back. And I was like, man, if I used another weapon, maybe I could be doing more damage, more DPS consistently, wouldn't have these issues. But now with this new bug, this is just such a fast little thing. It's so beautiful. Oh, it actually went pretty far. Yeah, this is great. I'm glad. Also, it looks really pretty. I like it a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I was about to end the video, but let's check out if I can make my weapon. So, yes, indeed, I was able to upgrade this weapon, the Yaku Wrath 2 to Yaku Wrath 3. You can see, not the biggest jump in damage, but still, 527 damage is nothing to laugh at. I like the sharpness. 20 affinity is pretty good. And then I'm not yet sure how to awaken a weapon, but Sleep 210 on top of all that, nothing to laugh at. I'm pretty sure that's going to be amazing. So, either way, that was me showing you off what I consider to be the best ultimate Kinsect in the game. And maybe in the future, number crunchers and better Insect Glaive users will correct me, but considering my experience from previous games and in the meta in previous games with the Insect Glaive, I am pretty sure this is going to be the best Kinsect to be making for both trees. Either way, if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and a comment letting me know what other monsters you want me to fight, what other weapons you want me to try out and show you. And if you want to see more, you know, as always, subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell icon to be notified of all the videos and streams I will be doing. And until next time, game on!